In this training session, we're going to look at something on the service options sheet right here that allows you to manage the tasks in any estimate, any plan, any proposal. And it's these 6 buttons right here, right below the selected task label in column J, and really this one button, this 2-click button up under column E. And we call it the task manager menu or the task manager buttons. And let me give you some examples. You've got a package AC cooling 25-ton 4 compressor 6 condenser fan description there. And if are working with yourself, you're going, what in the heck is that? Or maybe you're working with your client and you're trying to explain how exact a science you apply to their estimates, their proposals, their budgets. You're going to want to go to and see what that involves, what that acronym represents. So we hit go to button right here, and if this worksheet is showing currently on Smart HVAC Plan, it will go there. And it says that it right here describes kind of what you're going to do. It shows the 4 condenser fans, and actually I'm seeing right now that this should say I found a little, not a mistake as much as when I was building this earlier, I forgot to toggle that to 6 condenser fans. The C25 4-4, the first number is for a number of compressors. The next number is for a number of condenser fans. So it has 4 compressors. There they are right there, 4, and 4 crankcase heaters. And so that just needed to be 6. So if I go back to SO, which is this button, it always takes me back to the service options worksheet. That's how you describe what you're going to do when you're performing a PAC C25 4-6 set of tasks. Now let's go ahead and close this related task sheet. And to do that, the button right here, close, all it's doing is it's closing that task sheet. You couldn't find that task sheet if you went to the right of here. And so if I hit go to this time, because I've closed it, basically hidden it, it's going to give me a message to open it first, and then you can go to. So instead of closing now, I'm going to open it. So any worksheet that you go to and you can't find it, you can open it. And so now it's open. If I go to now, it's there. So I'm going to go back to the service options. So that's really taking care of the top 3. And don't panic if you have a certain code PACH for heating 25 roughly a 25-ton unit in 2 stages of heat, and you hit go to. If it's open, you can get to it. But if some reason it was closed, it was hidden, and you went go to, it will tell you got to open it first. So I would open it. I could then go to, and then that's how it works. Now, we've got a couple other things. For example, if I wanted to come down here, and I wanted to enter a tower, and you can go through here and scroll up. Excuse me. You can go through here and scroll up right here and find all these things. You could find tower in here. Remember, you're going to be adding these task sheets all the time. So you could go through, scroll, it takes a little time. There's Tower Basic, right? And actually, I want the Tower Basic without a C or CS. That's another, just the basic Tower Basic task sheet. And I hit go to, it's not there. And so, again, I would hit open and then go to it work. But you remember how I had to scroll through all of this to find it? There's another quick way to do it. Let me just blank that out. Blank that out. if I go over here to the 2-click button right here and hit 2-click, what it means now is I can double click and type in T-O, and there it is. So it's a fast way to find it, all on the 2-click button. So that's the 2-click. The last button I'm going to show you, print is exactly what it says. This print SO over here will just print this worksheet. But when you hit the print over here, it's going to print any of these groupings, a package AC grouping on a 25 ton, a 10 ton. It's going to print the associated task sheets with it. I'm going to show you that in a second. But if, for example, I don't want to enter every line and start, from scratch on this. I mean, it takes a while. We find a blank spot and we go SOS. And SOS stands for Service Option Starts. We only have a few right now. You can build them. I will be building them. We will be building them and sending them to you. But I would like to do a service option start on a package AC water-cooled 10 ton. So if I hit open, let's make sure I've got it working. Try it again. There we go. It entered in all this information. Gave you a belt line, a couple filter lines. It took a stab at different levels of service you can apply to it. It has something called an analytics prep, which requires a training on an analytics approach to rooftop unit and split air conditioning. But the whole point is you've got these lines in here. And let's say, well, this unit doesn't have a belt. You're going to learn that you can go to the belt, go up to plan and price menu, service options, and delete that row. And so it's gone. But the SO start or SOS at least gets this in here. It brings in the types. It's at a type 3. Maybe you use a type 2 of labor. You'll have to change all this, but it doesn't require you to have a start, with blank lines. So that's SOS. Now let me show you. When we earlier tried to get the tower, let me just go over here. When I try to get the tower, oh, by the way, I'm double clicking, it won't work. So I go back over to the 2 clicks or double click, and now I bring in tower, and there it is. And remember, I wanted to go to it, but it's not there. So the way you go to it is you hit the show button right here, show, and you scroll down, and you're going to find that tower, it's basic, it's under the basic category, and we're going to show all the basics. Now, you don't see it, but it's there. And now if I hit go to, it took me right over here to the tower basic. Remember, I said we wanted to show the basics. Well, there's a pump basic, a humidifier basic. So that's how you show. If you want, the whole reason for show and hide is you may not want all these tabs on a typical, exercise in planning and estimating. So if I want to hide the basics, I come over here to basic and I hide. Well, they're gone. And proof of that is if I now try to go to it, it'll say that they're not there. So I can open all the basics, or let's see what happens when we hit open. Whoa, interesting. Now let's hit go to. So there's a couple ways to go with this. I can open all basics. That's the, let's do it again. Let's show the basics. And it, besides the tower, when I hit open, it just opened the tower. But if I open all the basics and go to tower, all around the tower are going to be pump basics, control basics, boiler basics, air handling basics, etc. So the choice is yours. So that's how all these buttons work. And, keep in mind that they're called Task Manager or Task Manager Menu. And they involve these 6 buttons and this 1-2 click. Remember that the print SO is only to print this worksheet out. The print under the Task Manager's menu is to print out any task sheet that you're applying to any piece of equipment. And that concludes this training.